League of Legends players are done. Riot's obsession with profit has left players trapped in broken metas, outdated systems, and hollow promises. This was once a game where grinding earned rare skins, patches fixed real issues, and Riot felt like a friend. Today, broken metas dominate for months. $500 skins are released, new lazy designs are promoted, and disappointing updates are hyped up. Even Hextech Chests, rewards that made wins feel special, were stripped away. So how did player first become profit always? Why are millions screaming not enough? This is the story of Riot's downfall, and why League's golden age might be gone for good. It's no secret that in recent years Riot Games has shifted its focus, prioritizing the professional scene over the casual solo queue experience. This is evident in gameplay imbalances that often remain unresolved for months, as Riot delays changes to avoid disrupting competitive play. Examples like the Juggernaut meta of 2015 or the Ardent Sensor meta in 2017 show how Riot has allowed frustrating playstyles to persist while delaying balance fixes until after major events. This focus on professional play has left casual players to deal with broken systems for far too long. The issue is worsened by the release of overtuned champions like Cassante, Anbessa, and Mel, whose kits remained unbalanced for extended periods, with immediate hotfixes being implemented sometimes. Riot often is also known for using one of the oldest tricks in the book, releasing flashy skins for champions shortly before buffing them, aiming for monetization rather than balanced gameplay. This focus on selling skins over maintaining fair play highlights how in the past few years especially, Riot's priorities have shifted towards revenue generation. On top of these issues, the League client remains riddled with bugs and crashes, yet Riot shows little interest in improving it. For a billion-dollar company, this lack of attention to the technical side is frustrating for players. Overall, Riot's growing emphasis on profit-seeking has led to a rift with its loyal player base. As the company continues to prioritize esports and monetization, many players feel betrayed, and the future of League of Legends becomes increasingly uncertain. Riot's annual updates have turned into hype trains that become elaborate setups that ultimately lead nowhere, leaving the player base feeling deceived and disillusioned. For example, in their 2023 yearly address, Riot boasted about having the biggest budget ever and teased monumental changes that excited the community.
Encore sur League of Legends, je viens de valider les budgets la semaine dernière, c'est les plus gros, l'année prochaine, ça sera encore les plus gros. Donc on n'est plus un petit développeur indépendant. On a fait 13 ans, 14 ans, quelque chose comme ça maintenant. Je me dis, si on arrive à encore faire ça, 2 fois ça, 25 ans, bah ouais, ça peut être multigénération, les parents vont amener leurs enfants dans le jeu, et pour moi, là, si on arrive à faire ça, c'est GG, quoi.
Players thought there would be new maps, innovative game modes, and even voice chat. However, that excitement quickly evaporated when the first update revealed not groundbreaking innovations, but rather the unexpected news of Riot laying off 530 employees. This move, coupled with the cancellation of projects like Riot Forge, a platform that once gave rise to unique spin-off titles like Mage Seeker and Ruined King, was confusing, especially because Riot pointed to their huge yearly budget just a couple of weeks before. Moreover, the regular player-informed updates have dwindled to mere lip service. Development blogs and patch notes now echo with phrases like, "We hear you," yet the follow-through is almost always disappointing. The new exciting updates have become just new skins, who ultimately look nothing special or are a rehash of old ones, while being sold for a premium price. The effect of these broken promises and the endless cycle of hype without substance made players not trust Riot's assurances. Instead of witnessing tangible improvements or innovations like new maps, game modes, reworks, or timely balances, Riot did none of it and instead worked to maximize their profit. In that process, Riot made a grave mistake and went after something League players hold dear: the possibility of getting free skins. Slowly but surely, in the past few years, Riot has shifted League of Legends from a free-to-play game that rewarded players to what now feels more like a high-end shop simulator. Take, for example, the highly anticipated Faker Ahri skin bundle. They turned what should have been a celebration into an all-out controversy. To honor Faker, the undisputed greatest League of Legends player of all time, Riot had introduced the Hall of Legends and a new Faker-themed Ahri skin. It had seemed like a great idea, until players realized that they could not buy the skin outright, and experiencing it fully required a $500 bundle price tag.
That's a lot of money.
Even the cheapest version of the skin had a $40 cost, already far more expensive than a standard League skin. The mid-tier option, an insane $300, offering extra visual effects. And then there was the $500 bundle, costing 59,260 Riot points, which had included all 100 levels of the event pass and exclusive cosmetics, at a price nearly equivalent to an entire next-gen gaming console. Unsurprisingly, fans had been furious, and Riot of course tried to get ahead of the backlash with an FAQ, claiming that they had created some of the most generous bundles ever, but nobody had been buying it. This explanation insulted the players, as what should have been a moment for the community to celebrate Faker's legacy had instead become another example of how Riot had turned League into a profit-seeking project, pricing out the very fans that had made Faker a legend in the first place. Many players expectedly refused to buy the skin, but they also began to avoid playing Ahri altogether, with her ban rate skyrocketing to around 50%. The beloved and celebrated Hextech Chests were on the hit next, as well as Prime Capsules and the Your Shop section, systems that allowed players to earn skins and champions through gameplay rather than direct purchase. These rewards were not only a source of pride, but also a tangible way to appreciate the dedication of the community. However, these systems were dismantled and later restored after a mountain of backlash.
Chests are coming back.
But they came back nerfed, especially the earning of blue essence, which further hurt free-to-play players as it made it harder for them to unlock champions. Previously, Prime Capsules allowed players with Amazon Prime subscriptions to earn skins. Your shop gave discounts to skins on champions you play the most, and Riot decided to scrap them, but the removal of Hextech Chests hit the most. The Hextech Chest was more than just a reward system. It brought excitement for every League player. Awarded for playing the game, these chests offered a chance to unlock skins for random champions, creating moments of pure joy when you finally got a skin for your main or a rare high-value one. Each chest felt like a mini celebration of your progress and dedication. This system not only rewarded players, but also fostered a sense of community pride and personal achievement, making it one of the most beloved features in League history. Riot claimed that keeping Hextech Chests was unsustainable.
That did lead to a great player experience, but it was not sustainable for League in the long term.
But this explanation was shallow. For over 8 years, the system had functioned successfully, even during League's most profitable periods. In 2024 alone, League of Legends reportedly generated $1.8 billion in revenue, proving that Riot had the financial means to maintain player rewards. The claim of unsustainability seemed less like a genuine concern and more like an excuse to eliminate a free-to-play feature in favor of forcing players towards monetized alternatives. At its core, the removal of Hextech Chests was more than just a misguided business decision. It was a betrayal of League of Legends' original philosophy. Riot had once built its empire on the backs of dedicated players who believed in a game that rewarded effort and skill. Now, those same players were being told that their dedication was no longer enough. Riot's relentless pursuit of profit had taken priority over fairness, and the company seemed oblivious to the long-term damage it was doing to its reputation. While Your Shop and the Hextech Chest were reverted back, what really frustrated League players was Riot's corporate response. When record profits from $200 skins, which looked like chromas and overpriced bundles, flood in, Riot retorts with excuses about unsustainability and corporate bottom lines. The reversal of the Hextech Chest system, for example, felt like mere damage control, rather than an honest acknowledgement of the community's concerns. This crisis in the relationship between Riot and League players was at the highest during this period, and many players quit during it as they saw no incentive to continue. The transition from a rewarding free-to-play model to an overt profit-seeking system has left long-time players feeling deeply betrayed. Those who supported Riot for over a decade now see the game they love morphing into a monetization machine. Battle Pass systems that offer little more than a cash grab, along with the removal of once-beloved rewards like Honor Capsules and Prime Capsules, all serve as a reminder that the focus has shifted. The backlash isn't about overpriced skins or gimmicky monetization tactics, it's about the erosion of trust. Riot's profit-first approach has led to declining quality and a community that's more frustrated than ever. The once groundbreaking legacy of League now hangs in the balance, as players question whether the price of loyalty is simply too high. It has been profoundly disappointing to see a company that once celebrated its players now treat them as mere revenue sources. For over a decade, League of Legends was a game of passion, creativity, and community, a free-to-play masterpiece that rewarded dedication. Today, it's become a shell of its former self, ruled by profit-driven executives who seem indifferent to the loyal fans who built this legacy. From RP price hikes to an explosion of mythic variants, including August's double mythic release, the absurdity of an Ahri skin requiring a new RP bundle size just to purchase it, Riot's priorities have become glaringly clear. The latest Jinx skin, locked behind a gacha system, and Riot's mandate that 10% of skins must be transcendent, exalted, or mythic variants, only further prove that monetization has taken precedence over the player experience. All of this follows Riot's so-called evolution of League, marked by mass layoffs, the scrapping of beloved projects, and a blatant shift towards maximizing profits. With a former head of financials now leading the company, Riot's pivot towards a ruthless profit-first model is unmistakable. This isn't about financial necessity, this is corporate greed at its peak. Riot's backtracking on recent changes isn't reform, it's damage control. Their initial justification for removing Hextech Chests wasn't just tone-deaf, it was insulting. Hiding behind corporate jargon and self-pity, they claimed financial strain, all while raking in millions from overpriced skins like the $500 Faker Ahri bundle. If a system that thrived for a decade is suddenly unsustainable, the problem isn't the system, it's Riot's insatiable greed. This isn't just outrage for its own sake, it's a call for accountability. Riot must do more than reinstate a watered-down version of what they once offered. They must prove they still care about the community that has stood by them for years. Players are not just numbers on a balance sheet. They're the lifeblood of this game. And if Riot continues down this path, it won't just be trust that they'll lose. It'll be the very foundation that made League of Legends great.